It is called Mid Games are actually Mid Games that are actually good. They're good actually. By Proxidist. Proxidist Plus. Uh you know what? I've said it for everyone, and I'll say it for this person too. Please like and subscribe to the original channel. Don't just come to me. Come on. We want to do that. We want to leave a good impression with these people. Anywho, let's see what games we're gonna get some recommendations now. I'm very curious on what's considered a mid game also. Like we're probably a game that does a couple things very well, but then falls short on other things it's trying to do, is what I'm guessing. Anyway, let's do this.
Games are an incredibly subjective form of entertainment. I would say more so
Yes.
than music and films because the
Mm,
way you play games is completely different depending on the person, which means there are a
right.
lot of differing opinions out there. Like, for example, you could be told that a game is completely life-changing and incredible, and then you play it yourself and you're like, this
That's all
is
right.
this is just this is really boring. There are a lot of games though that are objective
Yeah, some of those games where I'm just like, it's all right, I guess.
good that a lot of people universally agree are just game of the year contenders. You know, you got your
Yeah.
Expedition 33s, your Elden Rings, you know that stuff. The stuff you'll see Jeff Keighley talk about right after he's bummed Kojima backstage. But there are a lot of games out there that are universally
Uh,
pretty panned that I kind of like. And I want
all
to talk
right,
about a
let's see.
few of them
Come
because
on,
I don't
let's see it.
entirely
Let's see it, man.
understand why some of these games get the hate they do. And the first one I want to talk about is The Evil Within. Of course, I'm going to talk about The
Oh,
Evil Within.
yeah, that's a very 7.5, 8 out of 10 game.
If you know my main channel, you know
It's
this
very
is
B
like my
plus B.
favorite horror game ever made. It got 68 on Metacritic.
I didn't realize
Okay.
it
I
did
mean,
that
the
bad.
game launched with quite a lot of issues, especially the PC port. It was locked at 30 FPS, and there was this horrific letterboxing you just couldn't turn off, no matter what. I think you had to mod the game at the time to get rid of it. It was a pretty bad PC port. It's still a pretty bad PC port, I can't lie, but I don't know,
Mm,
man. This is the game that got me into the horror genre. There's something about The Evil Within that's just unmatched, and I feel like if it was released today, more people would be talking about it. More people would be
Oh,
liking it.
really?
The Evil Within is a game where you're in some simulation called STEM, and it's hosted by the mind of a psychotic killer who was injured in a fire, so all the enemies are weak to fire, and because he's a psychopathic killer, he thinks of the most horrific abominations
Oh,
imaginable. And I'm
jeez.
talking Silent Hill levels of abomination, not Resident Evil.
Right.
Resident Evil has nothing on the Evil Within when it comes to the enemy design. Honestly, there's not been
Ah,
a Resident Evil that's managed to match the Evil Within for me. I love games like Resident Evil 4 Remake and Resident Evil 7, but as there's something about the Evil Within, it just comes out on top. And I know there's a few flaws with like the gameplay itself, like it can be janky at times. It's incredibly punishing, which a lot of people had issues with at the time. Like this game, it will knock you down, spit on you, and then piss on your corpse. It is not afraid to just ruin your day, but I think that
yeah.
enhances the horror. You never feel safe in any combat encounter, and that's how survival horror should be, you know? You shouldn't be overpowering these enemies. I mean, in New Game Plus you do, you get like an RPG and shit, but like that's New Game
Yeah.
Plus. On your first playthrough, every combat encounter should feel like you're barely escaping by the skin of your teeth, and the Evil
Right.
Within manages to do that. That feeling of the game doesn't want you there, you don't feel welcome here in this hostile world, amplifies the horror
Right.
tenfold. It is an incredible experience. Yeah, it can be a bit jank at times, and there are some moments where it can be unfair, but I beat this game on a Kumu difficulty. It's peak. My favorite horror game, still
I know Nitro Rat also really loves this game.
unmatched. I want the Evil Within free, and the fact we'll never get one brings me so much rage too. Rage
Uh,
2 walked so Doom Eternal could run.
really? Okay, I have never heard a person give Rage 2 its flowers. Okay, I played the first one, and it's like a lot of nothing in between driving.
Let me
In
explain
between
myself
missions, I
here.
should say.
So id Software collabed with Avalanche Studios, you know, the guys behind Just Cause, to make a sequel to Rage that was pretty
Just
universally seen
Cause.
as
Okay.
an underwhelming, boring mess. And you know what? That's one of the cases where I agree with that statement. I do not like the original Rage. Rage
Yeah, that's yeah, yeah. Actually, that's a better way of saying. Like, yeah, underwhelming and boring. I don't know if it's messy. I didn't really get all that far into it, but I'm just like, uh,
Rage 2, on the other hand, it is just, it's not even a sequel to Rage at this point. Like, it is a completely different game. It's
oh,
not
it's a
this
different beast.
boring, grey, deserted, apocalyptic wasteland. Okay, I do kind of like the aesthetic of Rage 1, it's just incredibly boring to play. But Rage
Yeah.
2, well, you can tell id Software worked on the gunplay for Rage 2, and they were working on Doom Eternal at the time, because there are so many similar elements that Rage 2 has to
Oh,
Doom
really?
Eternal, like a dash, well, not really the double jump. The double jump was in Doom 2016, but you get my point. Like, this game has visceral gunplay, visceral combat encounters. I don't think I've heard
Yeah.
guns sound this good in any other first-person shooter game, and I don't get why no one talks about Rage 2. But I do kind of get, it's the open world. It's the part Avalanche worked on. The open world sucks. It's just
Oh,
nothing.
really?
There's nothing there. The most fun you can.
Oh, okay. And that's the part you're really going to be interacting with the most. I could see that really affecting reviews and people's experiences with it, especially if they like exploring shit.
Have in the open world is seeing the main character ragdoll when he gets hit by a car, and yeah, there's also driving in the game.
Because, okay, continuing on that thought, yeah, because like I can see that affecting people's enjoyment of a game, like the open world aspect. It's like how I'm playing Sleeping Dogs right now. I'm really getting lost in the world. I'm just kind of looking through every nook and cranny, seeing like, oh, okay, I can interact with this, I can interact with that. I'm finding kind of, well, I don't know glitches, but just jankness, I suppose, of the game itself, and that's neither here nor there. I still enjoy it. Uh, but if the world itself is uninteresting or just uninviting to explore, and it's an open world, if that's what they're selling you. It's an open world, then that's a fucking problem.
I don't know if this is a hot take, but I think like vehicles and like any form of like transportation like that is a sign that your open world is just too barren and there's not much in between interesting things. I feel like it's used as a
Yeah, because in my fucking Steam library, I have the Mad Max game, and I've heard a lot of great things about it. But I'm also just very like, oh, it's gonna be like a lot of nothing in between stuff, I suppose. Like, like, oh yeah, there's a group of guys over there for the gasoline or the water or the weapons or whatever I'm looking for. But then there's nothing in between that makes it like the travel between point A to point B interesting. Like landmarks, something to see, something to do. I'm curious on how they bridge that gap again in a game like Mad Max, which is a lot like Rage, which is why I'm bringing it up. But yeah, let's see what else has got to say.
crutch a lot of the time, because some of the best open worlds just don't have vehicles at all, like Dying Light 2. Now hear me
Hmm.
out, hear me out. I really like Dying Light 2.
Dying Light the series anyway. It's just never been my thing. But if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. I'm not gonna tell someone don't have fun because I'm not kind of shit. I ain't that
always
guy.
really liked Dying Light 2. Even at launch, I really liked Dying Light 2. And that, looking back, I don't know why I liked launch Dying Light 2.
Mm.
It was not in the best state, but like, parkour, man, it is so good. And the fact they've just been
Ah, okay.
improving it with every update. I have an old video going over the parkour update that I'm not going to plug here because it's kind of a shit video, but like, Dying Light 2 is, I don't know. Like, I get the story isn't great, but like, Dying Light 1 didn't have a good story either. I don't get why people are making out that Dying Light 1 has this impeccable narrative now, and Kyle Crane is this awesome main character. When Dying Light 1 came out, everyone shat on that game's story. Everyone shat on Kyle Crane. He was called generic, he was called boring. Everything you could think of, every insult you could think of under the
Right.
sun, Kyle Crane was called it.
So
And
he
then
just fell off. Sorry. That was just funny to me. I want to see him fall off that roof
you
again.
could
I'm
think
sorry.
of, every insult you could
Look
think of
at
under the sun,
that.
Kyle Crane was called
Ah.
it. But then Dying Light 2 came out and everyone just did a full 180 and was like, oh, this game sucks. Dying Light 1 had a really good story. No, who's playing Dying Light for the story? Dying Light 2 story is dog shit, but who fucking cares? Because the gameplay is
Exactly.
so fun. The combat is an improvement. I know that's a hot take for some reason,
Oh,
even though
where
like
was it? I'm sorry. Give me a second. Hold up. Oh, that was weird. I'm sorry.
Like, there's way more you can do with the combat in Dying Light 2 compared to the first,
Okay,
and the
that was.
parkour especially. If anyone tells you the parkour in Dying Light 1 is better than 2, they're just lying. They're just straight up blinded by nostalgia, or
All right.
they haven't played Dying Light 2, because like Dying Light 2's parkour is just next level. I could spend hours just running around
Oh, that. Okay, that seems like a really cool mechanic to use rope to swing from one building to another. I mean, it's like a first-person Spider-Man type shit.
Villador doing absolutely fuck all, just pulling off cool parkour moves just for the sake of it.
Oh no, it's like Mirror's Edge more again with even more parkour.
It is just such a fun game. The entire thing's co-op, and yeah, I think it's better than Dying Light 1.
Oh
Dying Light the
Jesus.
Beast, on the other hand, I think is a best of both worlds situation, and I think that is way better received than Dying Light 2, so it doesn't count in this video. Now, the last game I want to talk
All
about
right,
is
what is it? What is it?
it's a bit of a strange one because
Oh wait, what? Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
unlike Metacritic, it is all in the green, even the user scores in the green, but you wouldn't know
Okay.
that if you looked online and saw people's opinions on it. I'm talking about
Oh
Final
really?
Fantasy 16, a game that
Oh, okay. Uh, hmm. Okay, let's see what
people
he's got to say.
consider the worst Final Fantasy just in the entire series, and I have the complete polar opposite opinion on this. I think it's the best in the series.
Oh,
I think
really?
it's so good. Yeah, there's a lot of boring side quests, but like most games have boring most RPGs have boring side quests. Like not
Fair
every
enough.
game is The Witcher free when it comes to the side quests. I don't get why Final Fantasy 16 got so much flack for this. But like Final Fantasy 16 has some of the best moments I've experienced in any game ever, and
Right.
I don't even want to show you any of it. It's just pure spoilers. You just got to play Final Fantasy 16. People consider this a
Okay.
mid game. They're crazy. The combat's insanely good as well. It's by the Devil May Cry 5 guy. That's all you need to know, really. Yeah, there's
All
some
right.
games that are considered mid that I personally really like. Some of them are in my top
Okay, I kind of expected a little, but it's an 8.5 minute video, so what could you do? But I'll
five
talk more
games
about
of
it
all
once I'm
time,
done.
and
I'm
by
sorry.
that I mean The Evil Within is in my top 5 games of all time.
Yeah.
I hope we get a third game. You should check out my big video on The Evil Within on my channel. Still very proud of that one, and
Okay.
yeah, thank you all for sticking around for another Proxidus Plus video. I'll see you all in
Yeah.
the next one.
Okay, so that was Proximus Plus with mid games I that are actually good. Like I said, right now I was about to say like, well, I kind of thought there was gonna be more to it, but I'm like, no, wait, that's it's an 8.5 minute video. What? I feel like I exactly like 3 titles probably if you want to go in depth with it at all. Yeah, there's well a few other videos I have in the backlog that were a bit longer that probably go a little more in depth with it. But yeah, this was a fun little video. Like again, this is Proximus Plus mid games that are actually good. Yeah, go subscribe to his channel. Go, well, go show him some love. Go do your thing with this.